It's been a while since I've made a video. Been busy riding my lightweight bikes, and I've started my gym routine back, so I'm actually getting a little bit stronger on the bike and just enjoying riding lightweight bikes for a while. But I mentioned earlier this year that I had someone making some custom racks for my co-motion bike, and I received those here within the last week. So today I spent some time putting my bike back together, and I'd like to show those to you now. I had a custom builder make some lighter weight racks to replace my Robert Beckman racks that I've been using for a long time. And I'd like to show those to you now. The lower portion here is a lowrider section that really fits perfectly onto one of the mounts at the fork. It also hits a mid fork. And then we had a little bit of a challenge here because we didn't have a high fork mount. All I had was a hole through my steerer tube. But I wanted a decular because I use a Giles Berthoud bag, and the Giles Berthoud bag sits here and plugs into these two little posts. So it was a little bit of a challenge for the custom builder, but he rose to the occasion and came up with this really neat solution. So this rack's actually in two different parts. One part is this lower section here, the hoop, and then with a vertical stay. Then you notice it bolts together right here to the top section, and that just goes through the steerer tube right there. So actually these two vertical pieces give it really a lot of strength and make a really good support platform. Now if you look at some of the brazing on this bike, you can see it's on this frame, excuse me, actually the frame, you can see it's just absolutely beautiful. And it's just super smooth. The custom builders also provided some little tiny, I call them hoops or loops, so I can actually run the wire over here to a post that he's added, so I can put my Schmidt Edelux 2 light right here. On the lower section, I have two fender stay mounts for each side. There's one lower and one higher. And I will put probably some Velo Orange or Rene Hearst or Hanjo fenders on this bike. He's also provided a screw right here for the front part of the fender, and I also have a Durama, kind of hard to explain, but you see this little bolt sticking down right here? That bolt actually has a loop through it that goes through this bolt, which goes through the steerer tube. So part of the fender connects right here. So that's the front rack. Let's take a look at the rear rack he made. Well, this is it's a co-motion Americano bike. It has the pinion 18-speed transmission with a belt. I really like the belt drive. And of course it does have the S&S couplers, which I find really kind of neat for transportation. Now the rear rack is pretty much nondescript, but then again, if you look at the brazes here, I mean, it's not welded. This is brass fillet brazing. Just really beautiful. Of course it fits onto the mounts perfectly. Everything lines up absolutely beautiful. You can see the structure that he's done back here so that the forces of the rack, as they come down, they go right through this stay rather than all the way out at the edge. So the force will go straight through here into the bolt mounted really close to the frame, which is really pretty cool. Of course he's added a place for the fender to mount. Of course the frame already has fender mounts here down at the yoke. I call it the yoke. What do you want to call it? The wishbone, the chain stays. And then he's also provided a place for me to mount a light back here. And I have a fender mount as well back here in the back. Now this is all 4130 chrome moly hollow steel tubing. This is not aluminum. It's not stainless steel. It's not titanium. Chrome moly 4130. Because yes, it's a little bit heavier, but it will be able to be repaired by anyone. Now, here's my question to all of you. What color should I paint these racks, if any color at all? There's a trend in the custom world to just polish them up and put a clear coat on them so you see the actual work of the frame builder. That's one option. Or a color. Now, get up close to the colors I have on the bike. I can't remember the green that they call this from Commotion, but it is a green and red. There's a red to the green. So maybe a combination of one of those or a completely different color. I've also contemplated whether I have my powder coat gentleman who lives locally to also paint the fenders a particular color. So think about that as well. So I'll look for your comments about what color, if any, do you think I should paint these racks on this bike. And here's a full view of the bike. What do you think about that? All right, I guess that's about it. I've been looking to do a fall tour, and the weather is actually pretty good right now. I'm not sure whether I'll get out on one of my other bikes. I might go out on my Bruce Gordon here in another week or so. Maybe get a nice short fall tour in. We've got a few things going on in the family, so I have to deal with those always first. All right, well, thanks for watching.